Hi, I'm Mal from the Money Study, and I'm bringing you the next episode of our Take 10 challenge, and we're up to number 8. And this one's called the Rule of 72. Probably best to call it a rule of thumb of 72. Anyway, let's go through it, but before we do, there's our disclaimer: facts and figures, information only, it's not advice. Now, there's this rule of thumb called the Rule of 72. Basically, it's not exactly accurate, but it's close enough to use to when we're trying to work out how we're going with our investments, what we should expect to get, and so forth. Quite a handy little tool. The Rule of 72 is a quick, simple technique for estimating the time it takes for a single amount of money to double within a known interest rate. And so basically what it boils down to there is that if something making us, say, 7%, so we can look down the column there for 7, then it effectively takes us 10 years. So what we're doing is here, we're using the number 72, we divide it by the number of the percentage of our interest rate, and that'll give us the number of years. So basically, we can see there that if you're going to be accurate, 10 years would take us at the rate of 7.2%, and vice versa. If we're getting 10%, then it'll only take us 7.2 years. And it's the same thing if you're looking for a higher rate, and we say 9% we're going to make. Divide the 9 into the 72, and we basically get 8 years, and so it goes on. So it's just a good way to give us some mental, a bit of an idea as to how long we should expect something to do. So we can use it that way, and so we can just use it one way or the other, so we know how many years to go. If we've only got 10 years to do what we need to do, then we know what sort of interest rate we need to get to achieve our goal. Now, of course, that doesn't mean we're going to get that interest rate, but that sort of gives you an idea of what we should be aiming for, which may then sort of help you decide what sort of investment you may be holding, which we'll talk about that in the future. And of course, this is literally a lump of money with no extra contributions. So if we start off with a lump and we don't make any more contributions, and we wait the time period and get that interest rate, we know we can double it in that 10-year period, and so it goes on. So using the rule of 72, a $10,000 deposit growing at 7% per annum would provide a sum of 20 grand in 10 years. Well, actually, it actually is 20,097 using a compound calculator I dug out. But 10,000 growing to 20 grand over 10 years at 7%. But if we were to make contributions along the way, so let's imagine we put in $200 a fortnight along on top of our 10,000. Well, now all of a sudden our 200 a fortnight going in is helping us, obviously increasing the actual value. So, and we're still getting the interest rate, but the interest rate is compounding on our increased amount of money. So the more money that goes in there, we're obviously going to get to our goal a lot quicker. But if we still wait our 10 years, then our money has grown to $95,100 by putting in $200 a fortnight. And of course, if we double that and put in $400 a fortnight, then in 10 years, we get $170,000. So rule of 72 is good just for a lump of money if there's no contributions. But if there's contributions, we need to go back to using a compound calculator. And there's a really good compound calculator, the one I tend to use a lot, on the Money Smart website. Money Smart, run by ASIC. They've got a whole range of tools and calculators. You can jump on the Money Smart website and effectively look for calculators and tools and compound calculator, and therefore you can punch in what you've got, how much you're going to add regularly, and basically what you believe is you're going to be your interest rate going forward. Then you can start doing some very basic calculations. Doesn't take into account what this money's worth, obviously. In the future, we're not taking into account inflation. That's another issue we've got to sort of save ourselves for another day when we talk about the impact of inflation. But we'll get there one by one with these little episodes. We're going to chisel away, improving your knowledge. Hope you join us again on another one.